So, in case you haven't heard, yesterday, April 19th, in Lansing, Michigan, she is a state senator. And she woke up that morning. The moon was in Sagittarius. But when she woke up, she found out that another opponent, another senator, GOP, sent out an emailer, and you guys please correct me if I'm wrong, because I might not have all these details correct, but sent out an email trying to fundraise on her by calling her a groomer. It was Putin's greatest tool at rising to power, to shame other people into submission, to beat people in elections, and the GQP operate at the same playbook. It's happening at the state level. We saw it happen with Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. It was just so disgusting. Mallory stood up in front of the Senate and gave such a powerful 5-minute speech calling out that GOP person, what they said, and why she has to respond to it. And she did it perfectly. Her speech heard around the world because she called everything out and just took the wind out of the sails. So obviously, I'm like, Asteroid Mallory has something to do with standing up, speaking out, calling out the gaslighting, and supporting people who are marginalized. Because those people who are marginalized share a common pain. This Dark Moon Lilith is also tied into here, where her asteroid is, because as I started seeing these things, number one, it made me so proud, but it was so symbolic of the amount of faith that there is in all of us, and it was giving me a big light to illuminate where we're going, because it's kind of like we're in this weird, fuzzy, piecemeal, Pluto return 2022, what's going on? Some of that stagnation is because we're heading into an eclipse, but the other part is because we just gave birth to America 2.0. You know, it's been 2 months. Babies don't really do much in the first 2 months except sleep. And similarly, we can't get totally ahead of ourselves as well, especially with this eclipse. So this was a shot across the bow, and it has staying power. It is so powerful. You guys are going to freak out. So I had to print the chart. First of all, the chart in itself blew me away. I haven't even looked at asteroids or anything like that, but just knowing what's been going on lately, she gave this speech. Amazing. I love that Mallory is the answer to Karen. So this was yesterday. She gives a speech. I heard her interviewed, and she said that the woman who sent out that email didn't even look at her. She had her back to her the entire time she was speaking. And this is for Lansing, Michigan. At the time of her speech, if you look to the east while you were in Michigan, Lansing, Michigan, you would see that the sign Cancer was coming over the horizon. Oh boy, do I love this. Look at that. We have Dark Moon Lilith is right there at 0 degrees Cancer. Stick a pin in that. And the asteroid Ceres, how we nurture ourselves, feed ourselves, take care of ourselves, is at 19 degrees Gemini. That is the North Node from January 6th. So that tells me the GOP is going all in on the J6 stuff, because it's kind of revitalizing them and where they're headed to with their plans. They're like feasting on that. But on the ascendant, we have 14 degrees Cancer. USA Sun is 13 degrees Cancer. It has just risen over the eastern horizon. It is kind of in someone's blind spot. Totally that lady. She sent that email out, and now she's getting this speech that hit her so hard in her blind spot. And that's the sun of the United States of America. She is speaking on behalf of the United States of America. And now that the sun is here, this is the area of secrets where things are hidden, where hidden enemies exist. So we have all of this happening, speaking with the force of the United States behind her, addressing a wound. She's a fierce mama. 0 degrees Cancer. You want to talk about a mama bear that's going to defend her family? That's the most powerful degree, 0 degrees, in a cardinal sign for a woman, a mother, to defend. She's got all that going for her, which is kind of cool. And so as this day goes on, the sun is here in the 11th house. Oh, I love this. It's right on the cusp, meaning it opens up the whole chart now. It's just not here in the 10th house where everyone sees her speaking. It's just not here in the 11th house where she's speaking on behalf of networks. No, you get planets on cusps like this. It opens up the entire chart. And you could just feel the energy rushing in the platform she had as she spoke. That was at 29 degrees Aries yesterday. It just separated from Pluto at 28 degrees Capricorn. This was in hard square. So when that lady sent out that email calling her a pedo, she was very aggressively going against someone in the government to destroy them. Destroy, yeah, Pluto destruction. Not going to happen. On top of it, what I really liked about this, here we have the top of the chart, the sun's highest point, where she's going. It is at 22 degrees Pisces. Pisces, the compassionate servant. It is the one that understands. It is the psychic sponge. It is the one that is so incredibly empathic. It is willing to do anything in the name of love and compassion. And Neptune is right there. So this message like ripples out endlessly like our oceans. It has the emotions to ripple out and touch everyone around the world as far as the message can be sent. And it is emotional and it is right on target. Jupiter, right there too. What does Jupiter do? It expands things. It gives faith. It represents our laws. It represents lawmakers. She's got all that power for her. But, I haven't gotten to this part yet. At our Pluto return, Neptune was at 22 degrees Pisces. These ace-holios like to hide their crime and everything behind the guise of Pisces, especially Neptune. We see it all the time when I'm doing these lunations. This is where they gaslight. This is where they make shell companies. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, we did this. No, we didn't. I'm going to confuse you. I'm going to distract you. In the USA natal chart, so this was our Pluto return. That was on the 20th of February, 2022. Okay, stick a pin in that. In the USA natal chart, natal Neptune is exactly opposite that at 22 degrees Virgo. This, in the USA chart, is in this area, the 9th house, which has to do with your lawmakers, your faith, your philosophy. This is where extremists are housed. In the USA chart, not only is it over here, so is Dark Moon Lilith. So it's like Dark Moon Lilith, the pain of abandonment, the pain of slavery, the pain of being a woman in America, the pain of being a person of color in America, rises as it spins ahead of Neptune. So it's like having this gaslighting SOB always lurking behind you. You never know if the rug is going to get pulled out from underneath you. You never know what they're going to say or do next, and you never know if you're going to be safe. And it's like a show for them. It's like the pain rises ahead of them and they're laughing and giggling. How can we antagonize them? How can we make this worse? Translate that to the 9th house. How can we make this worse with our laws? How can we make this worse with law enforcement, you know, taunting you? That's what's in the USA chart. Neptune also for me represents slavery, white supremacists. Dark Moon Lilith has represented those who have been enslaved, those who have been lynched, those who have been attacked by the mob. So, in the USA chart, 22 Virgo. At our Pluto return, America 2.0, give it rebirth, exactly 22 Pisces. And what I've been saying since then is that this Neptune, opposite Neptune, it handicaps now the GOP who have been relying on government, gaslighting, the law to hurt people. It takes the wind out of their sails. No longer can they just dominate and possess the function of Neptune here. With our Pluto return, Neptune being exactly opposite of that, it diffuses things. The confusion is not as dense. The fog thins. It's like things clear out, and it's like everyone now can see like the big picture of what the function of this is at our Pluto return. And ta-da, ta-da, freaking da, Mallory is giving this speech about pain and calling out the gaslight and the GQP with the United States at her back. And it's like she pulled that rubber band, that tension, and it snapped. And it was like shooting a great big dagger and arrow right into that stupid argument that we are so sick and tired of. That is just the top and the bottom of the chart. The bottom, they're gaslighting. This is what's grounding her speech. This is what everyone knows. This is what the GOP's defenses are and their clan. And they can't get any smaller and hide because this is where you can hide in a safe place. No. It's like she stretched that out and pulled the rug up so we could all see what's going on and how they like to defend themselves with their garbage. That happened yesterday. But wait, I'm just getting started. But let me check in with you guys.